Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of this bracelet tutorial for my 5p bar Artisan bracelet, which looks like this. We have placed our bands and our cap band. Now we can turn the loom around and get our hook. Where are you, hook? Oh, there it is. Thank you. And we can go into this cap band and pick up this first top band, which should be one of your border close off bands, and then go in and pick up the other one, and you're going to loom out the border. So we've loomed out these bands to the edge, and now we can go in and loop out this border that we placed. It was pretty much the last band placement step. You know, the teal bands here, if you all remember from part 1. So you're just going to loom out this border all the way until where it ends, but you're not going to loom out the electric blue close-off bands. Those have to wait until the end. So you're just going to do that. So yes, now I have loomed them out to here where I said not to loom off these close-off bands. They'll wait till the end. Now what we're going to do is go back down to the top. Well, go back up to the top, I should say. If I want to say the top. And you're going to find these loose bands that we placed under the border. And you can use your hook or your fingers, but you're just going to pick them up like this and loop them over this pin like this, and you want to make sure that they stay on the underside, that they stay on that pin. Just do that. So it should look like that. And on the other side, make sure you pull them from the outside over, not from the back side over. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could do that, I guess. Okay, so it looks like that. And make sure you get both of the bands to stay over. And then you just pick them up and pull them over. So, and then you could kind of just wrap them around the peg here. So it looks good and how it's supposed to. Pick them up and loop them over. Pick them up and loop them over, so it kind of makes that shape. Pick them up and loop them over. And do that for all the loose drop bands that we placed. And guys, if you're wondering why these first ones aren't behaving, it is because I made another mistake. You do not place them on this peg, but you can fix that easily. You just take off this loop and pull those off, and then you can put the loop back on. And I don't think on this last one here, this one, you don't need them either. So sorry about that. So you just hold this with your hook, take these off, and put it back on. But other than that, you keep looping over the bands. Make sure they both get over and stay over all the way for all of them. So now your loom should look like this. And now what we can loop, we're going to loop the ocean blue bands, these diagonal ones. And in this one it was the metallic fuchsia. And so what we're going to start with is going to this peg here, push back the two single chain bands that are there and pull this one out, and then go into that same peg, pull this one out too. Then you can do these, just pull it out and pull it out so it looks like that. Then you go up to the next peg, push back the two single chain bands and pull this one out. Push this down and pull this one out. Push it down, pull the next one out, and the last one. And you're going to do that for all the ocean blue bands. So your loom looks like this. Now we're going to make the stitches. So we're going to skip this peg and go up to this one. Find the two bottom bands, which should be not the same band, and flip them over. Skip this peg, go up to this one, find the two bottom bands, which should not be the same band, and flip them over. Go up one, find the two bottom ones, come on. There should be four bands, you find the two bottom ones, and flip them over. And go in this one, find the two bottom ones, flip them over. And that creates this look. So I'll do it with you a few more times. Going to go in, find the two bottom ones, and make sure they're not the two loops of the same band, they're different bands. And then once you've found that out, you can flip them over. And then find the bottom two on here, flip them over. And do that for all the pegs, all of these two pin bars, except the last two. So now your loom should look like this. And now what we're going to do is loom up the middle single chain in navy blues. Go into the cap band, find the navy blue band, and pull it up. And then find the bottom band on this peg and pull it up. Find it's this band here. It's kind of hard to miss. You just pull it up. You might want to use stretchy bands for this part, I forgot to mention. So find that band and pull it up. Find the band, pull it up. Find the band, pull it up. And you're going to do that all the way up until you get to here at this very tip. And now we're going to go back down to the bottom of our loom. And we're going to loom out the turquoise chain here. So we're going to start here, pick up the band, and this peg, pick up the band, and then go in, and it won't be the bottom band, because there'll be the zigzag bands down there still, but just find it, there it is, and pull it up, and you're going to do that for all of these chain bands on both sides. So now your loom should look like this. I think even through the paused video you could probably hear my sister yelling. That's just a joke. But anyway, now we can get on to the last step of looping, which is obviously our zigzag bands. So we're going to start here, pull this one to its home post, go here, pull it to its home post, and we're not doing any special looping. We're just going to loop out the zigzag. So make sure to find the bottom band, and sometimes your bands get rearranged, so sometimes even if you get the bottom band, it isn't the band you're looking for, I guess I'll say. But we're just going to loop out these zigzag bands until there are no more zigzag bands to loop. Or where else would we stop? Alright, I've looped out all my zigzag bands. Now it's time for the last step. So we can just go in and loop out these closing off border bands on both sides. And take our hook and some extension bands. And we'll get our hook through this last point peg and get a band and pull it through, and then you can do your extension and then you can clip it. I'm going to try and use one of these color clips to see if it adds a kick, and just clip it off, and we can take it off the loom. So make sure to use your hook so you don't rip any bands. And I like to do this pin bar by pin bar, releasing the tension on the border first, and then doing it on the other side. And then from there I just alternate between these 3 pin bars. It comes off pretty easily from here, but don't tear it off or things will stretch, bands will break, loomers will be sad. So you can kind of see the back side coming off here.